right. What's funny is right now I'm about a block from her house, and all right. What's funny is I'm a block from her house right now, but what you don't realize is it's actually like 3 hours later. Here I was closing in on my destiny, and then the battery died. Now, I bought a second battery on eBay, but it didn't get to me in time to come on the trip with me. So it's actually at home in Oregon, sitting in my post office box right now. So I only had one battery. My battery died just as I was approaching my destiny. Anyway, I seem pretty happy, don't I? Well, actually, it was kind of a dismal failure. I got to within a block. I couldn't find the house. I couldn't find the street. It was one of those cases where the street sign was on the building, and Kavu is very short, and so it was a small sign. It was almost obscured. I couldn't see it. So I'm asking people where it is, and people are pointing. Nobody speaks English out here. I got saved. I got two young Russian, well, not Russian, there's Russian-speaking men, two young fellows, Vlad and Oleg. Now, I'm probably saying that wrong. They kept telling me, it's a soft L, it's a soft L, Oleg. They told me like 14 times, and one of them asked me, he goes, well, do you speak French? And I'm like, French? Fuck no! So, Oleg, he said you could say it with a hard L. I'm like, that's a hard L? Okay, well, Oleg and Vlad, they saved the day. They had a smartphone. They put in the address, and we walked down the street while their GPS showed us where to go. Turned the corner. I was like 2 blocks off. Well, not 2 blocks. 2 buildings, 2 apartment buildings down away from it. And rang the buzzer. He tried to call, and no answer on her phone. So he rang the buzzer, and her mother was there, and he was able to tell them in Latvian, flower delivery. And so she buzzed us up. If the 2 guys hadn't have been with me, I would have been screwed, because obviously she doesn't speak English, I don't speak Latvian. She would have never buzzed me up. I would have had these expensive flowers in my hand. no place to put them. So I went up, gave her the flowers, gave her a letter for Agata, and a card saying where I am, so she could call me if she wanted to. I didn't tell her who I was. You know, she doesn't know who I am. Agata never told her who I was. You know, I guess she said she couldn't explain how she knew someone on the internet. I'm like, you just tell them you know someone on the internet. So I kind of wish I had talked to her. I'd like to have known if the guy she's engaged to is a good guy. You know, get her mother's opinion. But I promised I wasn't going to try and complicate her life or cause any problems, so I just kept my mouth shut. So basically, yeah, she wasn't there. I think she probably suspected that I was up to something, and she made sure she wasn't there. I got to see Leo, though, her dog, which is good, because Leo's in my project, and I had to stop. That was one of my reasons for not finishing the drawings, because he's in the project, but I've only seen one picture of him in my entire life, and so I got to see him and see what he looks like, so now I can draw him. And of course I'm supposed to explain what the project is, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this day was probably a dismal failure. I really don't know what the fallout's going to be yet. I don't know if she's, if she just got home and saw the flowers, or if she, if she knows I was there, or, I don't know what's going to happen from this. This could still be a disaster. I seem to be taking it well, right? I'm not upset. Well, see, because I had to drive around and let the battery charge, I have it plugged into the cigarette lighter. I was driving around for 3 hours and, choked up, having a hard time, screaming obscenities at myself. So, yeah, I had plenty of time to get it out of my system and come to terms with it, pretty much, more or less, kind of. Still waiting to see what the fallout is. Anyway, so there's still more for me to explain to you guys, but I'm sitting here idling in a parking lot, and I'm going to have people probably looking at me soon. I have no idea. So, I'm going to do another quick cruise by. I was actually, believe it or not, I actually came back by here not to look for her, I came back by here hoping to look for Vlad and Oleg. They were walking around with some friends of theirs, and I had something else I wanted to tell them. We had a great time talking. They were real friendly. They were glad that I was friendly. They got to practice their English. They said, well, we're glad to practice English, and we're glad you're so friendly. I'm like, oh, I'm a nice person. I love to talk to everybody. Here I am, William Brian Belcher, Ambassador of U.S.-Latvian relations, spreading love and peace and joy and cheer to the world. Anyway, so I got to meet her mother, even though she has no idea who I am. I got to meet her dog, even though all he did was bark at me. But it was something. It was something. I'm looking around to see if those guys are still around, because I really would like to talk to them. And it looks like they are off doing much more fun things that young guys do when they're in a group with their buddies. Alright, well, I'm going to show the camera moved. Took that corner! Alright, well, we'll get back to this later. Alright, I just had to get back on the road from a dirt shoulder. I think I probably just left a huge mud streak down the side of the car. Anyway, the sun's come back out again. It's a beautiful day in Riga. The sun is a-shining. It is a beauty. Beautiful day to have a broken heart. Beautiful day to have a life that sucks shit. Anyway, so, since my morning didn't go as well as I had hoped, I went to the beach. Wow, how am I going to work that in with editing? Because I was already at the beach once, and I talked, I did video. I'm not sure. Anyway. What are we fucking doing? I really want to get a picture of those fucking... Okay, fuck this. Here's those big dry docks I was talking about earlier that I was astounded when I drove by. A lot of people don't realize that Riga is the second largest seaport on the Baltic after St. Petersburg. So it stands to reason they would have the equipment here to re-rig and outfit ships. It's just really neat to see such big ships in dry dock like that. That's not something we see back home a lot. Okay, so I'm driving back into town. Might as well do this now. I've already spent most of the day shooting video in the car, so I might as well just finish it up this way instead of going back to the hotel.